The story of how David Gilmore discovered Kate Bush. So it's 1975, and Pink Floyd are working on the follow-up to their massive, iconic album, Dark Side of the Moon, the record that would become Wish You Were Here. A friend of guitarist David Gilmore brings him a tape of the sister of some friends of his, a 16-year-old singer by the name of Kate Bush. Kate had no idea who he was at this point. She just wasn't really into rock music at that time, and she hadn't even really heard any Floyd. So it wasn't as nerve-wracking as it might have been for someone who was a gigantic fan. And when David heard her voice, he was more than intrigued. This girl was clearly something special. So he stopped everything he was doing with Floyd, traveled down to the parents' house of Kate Bush, and met with them. Kate's house was like it was torn from the pages of historical British literature. A 350-year-old farmhouse in the countryside on the outskirts of London. She played him about 50 original songs, and David was blown away. Clearly her songwriting talent was beyond her years. When he took this music back to London, it was like the movies when they think that they've discovered the next big star. They're all excitedly talking to each other about this music. David showed some producers over at Abbey Road Kate's music, and without hesitation they just said, "Yep, we'll have it, thanks." And that was that. Kate got her record deal at the age of 16 years old. For 2 years, however, they put her on ice, and there are varying versions from different people about what actually happened during this time. But basically, EMI didn't want to waste Kate's talent by putting out her music too early, risking the lack of immediate success, something they were trying to protect Kate from the disappointment of. Whatever the reason was, she was able to finish school and also take some extra classes in mimery and dance. In the evenings, she was playing with a band called the Kate Bush Band in clubs around London. Altogether, when it came time to record Kate's first album, The Kick Inside, in 1977, Kate had written and made demos of over 200 songs. The album was released in February 1978 when Kate was just 19 years old, but some of the songs were written when she was just 13. Wuthering Heights, the first single from the album, went on to be a huge hit in the UK. A #1 on the UK charts, which was a massive accomplishment for a newcomer. It was also the first time a woman had topped the charts in the UK with a song that she'd written herself. In the United States, however, she didn't have quite the same impact. In 1978, America didn't know what they wanted. Did they want stadium rock? Did they want punk? Did they want disco? And Kate's music, quite frankly, was just too ahead of its time to make a dent in what was going on in America culturally during this period. Despite failing to make it into the Billboard Top 200 album charts in the United States, the album was a massive success in the UK, really underlining the differences between the cultures of these two places during such a pivotal time in music. In the UK, the album made it to the #3 spot on the album charts, was certified platinum, and stayed on the charts for 71 weeks.